And welcome to another episode of the Football Smack Talk Show. I'm Ryan.
I'm Eric.
Welcome, everybody, to another wonderful Monday night edition of the show. Usually, we come on a day after the Eagles play. Today, we're coming on a day before they play, as the game has been moved to Tuesday at 7 against the football team due to their inability to follow simple COVID protocols.
Right. And I mean, gosh, when has anything bad ever happened when the Eagles have played on a Tuesday?
Joe Webb?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Washington called him to see about him playing quarterback for them tomorrow night. Has any of their quarterbacks cleared protocol? I know that they actually lost another player, Brandon Sheriff, I think, tested positive today.
Oh, geez, did he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track because, it's funny because, these people kind of go on the list and then they're coming right off of it, even though I thought there had to be at least, like I don't know. I would have assumed at least like a 7 to 10 day waiting period, but again, I don't know.
Apparently, if you're vaccinated, you can continue to get tested, and because I guess they're understanding there may be a lot of false positives. I don't know.
Positives? I don't know.
I don't know.
Whatever. Hey, what's going on, Mike? It's good talking to you, Chris. Good as always, buddy. I'm going. They winning, yo.
Do you know anybody else who wants to go?
I'm going. They winning. Yeah. The entire coaching staff is on the list except for Ron. Yeah, that's never good. Eric's already trying to push his tickets.
That's right.
Yeah, both of us have a pair of tickets that we're trying to sell, and we are having terrible luck. So if for whatever reason, if anybody actually needs tickets, I am just practically giving them away.
Yeah, seriously. Basically you ask, how much are they? How much are you willing to pay?
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it sucks. Normally, I'd be all for it, but
right.
Yeah, Tuesday is a little rough. Yeah, it's also I have a Christmas party too that I don't know. It was kind of a good excuse to not have to be up all night watching the Eagles.
Right.
Yeah, 80,000 fans down there. What's the worst that could happen?
I mean, a riot, I guess, but I guess it's always a possibility.
Always a possibility. Yeah, I'm a little bummed that I won't be down there. I guess it'll be the second time I've missed a game this year, but yeah, only two more games after this. But yeah, it's as we were saying last week, how important this game was.
Right.
Yeah, I mean the important level is still there, especially the Saints won, so that again kind of puts a little pressure.
Yeah, pretty much anything that could have happened wrong for the Eagles on Sunday did.
Yeah, it wasn't. The only positive thing is Carson Wentz.
Yeah, but I meant on Sunday because Saturday.
Well, yeah, theoretically, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, Carson Wentz officially hit his projected 75% of snaps. So as long as everything kind of continues to be on the average level for snaps for them, we should be all good.
Well, he hit it kind of early because I think it was 5 snaps in he had hit that projection.
Yeah, I mean
now him playing the entire game means.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely
up now.
He's definitely up. So
yeah,
I did want to make sure I clarify that it's the projected number of snaps, as a lot of people are like, "Well, we 100% got our pick," and most likely that will happen. But again, you have to. I feel
right. I mean, barring something unforeseen. Right.
Well, right. Exactly. I mean. Again, maybe he, God forbid he gets hurt, and all of a sudden with the new quarterback, they are playing, 15 less plays a game or whatever. And, you never know. So let's just hope he keeps playing. We don't have to worry about it, and it's all good. So
right. You figure. I mean, if he plays another game,
I was going to say again, if he plays another full game, that should be more than fine. But anyway,
here Chris put it up there. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that.
To lose the draft pick, the Colts would need to average 94 plays a game,
and Carson not play any of them the rest of the way. Yeah.
So yes, you are right. All indication is we'll be fine. But anyway, yeah. So this game obviously of huge importance if the Eagles want to actually do anything. I know there's certainly a section of fans out there that are kind of like, like whatever, like who cares? Like why are we even bothering trying to make the playoffs? Whereas again, most fans are fine with getting a little playoff experience for such a young team. And
yeah, I never thought I'd live to see the day where fans were poo-pooing the idea of making the playoffs. Like, I mean, I could see if they were kind of backdooring in, like if it was something like where they had lost like 5 out of the last 6, and it was like they were in a good position, and now all of a sudden it's like it's going to take like a small miracle to get in. I could see that as opposed to like they're playing their best football here late in the season. Obviously that giant game aside, like which now feels like freaking 100 years ago.
Forever ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, getting playoff experience is always great, especially for and again, if Jalen Hurts essentially gets this team to the playoffs, and considering the lack of better options, unless again, Deshaun Watson thing kind of gets cleared up and it's
right, basically every
on a leg.
Yeah, if every one of those masseuses come out and say, yeah, we were pressured to lie, and Deshaun Watson hasn't done a damn thing wrong. Like, unless that happens,
right.
Like, and then the Texans say, hey, you know what? We'll trade him for, a Coke and a handshake.
Yeah, right, exactly. So barring any of that, I feel like
Jalen Hurts is going to be your guy.
Yeah, should get an opportunity for sure. But again, he's got to get him there. There's 4 games.
Yeah,
we only have 6 wins. There are a heap of teams that are in that 7 and 6 win bracket right now.
Now I'll ask this question: say the Eagles, say they win tomorrow night against Washington, win on Sunday against the Giants, lose to the Cowboys because the Cowboys are still fighting for something.
Well, isn't that the last game?
Yeah, but I'm saying they lose that game and say they don't make the playoffs, but Jalen looks good in each game. Like, you're saying, all right, we got to roll with him in the next year?
I mean, I think I'm already at that point where
I think I am too.
To roll with Jalen next year. And listen, was I thrilled by his play so far this year? Not really.
There's been times he's looked good and times he hasn't.
Times he looked bad, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like the utter lack of options and the cost of what it would take to get some of those better options, I don't know if it's worth it for me. I feel like I don't want to have to trade away 2-3 first round picks for Russell Wilson or Deshaun Watson or whoever. I'd almost again rather maybe use that 3rd pick in the first round on a quarterback, or boot it to next year, as you've been saying.
Yeah, use the air tactic as well.
Right, exactly. Trade with somebody, hopefully shitty, and
I'd love for it to be like the Lions, because the Lions
the Lions just certainly pulled something off, yesterday, but.
But I almost wonder if that's more of a thing about the Cardinals being like reverting back to last year's Cardinals. They looked really good last year early in the season, and then
I would just say Jacksonville.
Sure.
They've never been good lately, so.
Always down for a trade with Jacksonville, because that means we'll probably end up winning that deal.
Yeah, so trading the pick for next year to see, again, what picks might be or QBs might be available next year.
Right.
But again, barring any of that, I'm like, hey, you know what? Let's just go in with Hurts and Minshew. Listen, if you want to have a battle, whatever, I'm fine with that. But I don't foresee Minshew beating out Hurts at all.
Nah, me either.
But I'd rather see another whole year and, again, start to build everything around Hurts and basically either – at the end of next year, say, all right, Hurts is 100% our guy. There's no question. Or we need to trade for somebody. We need to draft somebody now.
To me, if you To me, if you've given him 2 seasons, okay, and you're still asking the question, then you have your answer. That's what I say. Like,
yeah.
And so, to me, if after 2 years you're not totally convinced, then that's your answer. Then you're never gonna be convinced on him, and it's time for somebody new. So that's why I am definitely okay with punting to next year on the decision of the quarterback.
Yeah.
And I think, I think, like you said, barring all of a sudden, like, the Eagles deciding, hey, we're going to go all in on Deshaun Watson and basically telling the Texans, or like it comes out that the Texans like don't have anybody else to deal with. It's the Eagles bidding against themselves.
Right.
Like, and then the Eagles can just say, well, here's our best offer, the second of the 3 picks, and like maybe a second round pick. Like aside from that, like I think that's this is the answer you're going with. You're going with Jalen Hurts for 2022.
Agreed. I've really soured on Russell Wilson. Not that I'm saying he's not a good quarterback. I just think
he's a fantastic quarterback, but he needs to go somewhere where the window's open now, and I don't think that's
age and just obviously his body is not what it once was, and you could say he's not the same quarterback. So
sure.
Real quick before we go, read the scroller on the bottom. Everybody needs to head over to www.la-terrain.com, the official sponsor for Philly Sports Alliance. Make sure while you're there, use code PSA and you'll get site-wide discounts. They got amazing watches. They got sunglasses. They got, all types of accessories there. Real cool. They got some watches for the ladies as well. So if you guys are looking for, maybe a late, it might be a little late at this point to get a Christmas.
Yeah.
Hey, there's
maybe
always
start your Valentine's Day shopping now.
Or, if you celebrate Martin Luther King Day, Valentine's Day, President's Day, the Ides of March, whatever. There's plenty of options there. I got this bad boy right here. If you can see, my computer won't glitch out on me.
Was that your Flag Day present?
Yeah, it really was. This is the Atlas. It's pretty dope. It's all black. It's pretty sweet, great quality. I can't say enough great things about this. It's a fantastic watch. I basically, I have a smart watch and all that, but when I'm at work, I'm dressed nice. And this really, really accentuates it. So do yourself a favor, go to www.la-terrain.com. Yeah, wait. Should I do the Danny Hart?
Absolutely got to do the Danny Hart. Every time. Love that rotator cuff.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, man.
Looks like we're not going to be able to meet up at this Redskins game since I'm not going to be able to go, but we got 2 more games to figure that out if you're going to be down there. So we'll figure it out for sure. So listen, this game is going to come down to basically who on the Washington football team is actually playing. Now, as you said, people are coming off, people are going on. Apparently, as you said, Brandon Sheriff now moves. Again, I don't know if it's even remotely possible that he'll be able to come back in time. I don't know if there's I tested positive, but then if I test negative,
I know that they've kind of relaxed some of those rules. If you're vaccinated, even if you test positive, they'll keep testing you, and if you come back negative, they'll let you back in.
Yeah. So apparently there is a deadline for Washington to activate players on the COVID list, and it is 4:00 on Tuesday, which is about 3 hours before the kickoff. So we'll have obviously a very good idea of who's actually going to be playing, whether Heineke or Allen, whichever quarterback may be on the list there. Let's say I know they added 7 coaches to this list.
Basically, it's just Ron Rivera coaching everybody.
Yeah. Let's see. It looks like they did activate Montez Sweat.
Nice. Nice that he's going to get to play.
Yeah, awesome.
Since he's freaking patient zero there, and
Sam Cosmi. They've ruled out McKissick and Samuel. So yeah, I'm trying to see if there's if they have a full list of everybody on this stupid team. But it's not really giving it. Oh wait, I may have found it. Hold on. All these coaches. There's so many coaches. All right, quarterback. So right now, Heineke and Kyle Allen are officially on the list.
Mm-hmm.
So Eric Gilbert, Kyle Shermer, and Jordan Teamu are officially active or available.
Right.
There is growing sentiment that Kyle Allen, which is generally the backup, could and should be available for this game. Well, let me go to this one first. Eagles playoffs chances dimmed a bit with the 49ers winning and the Saints winning. But need the Bears to win tonight. Yeah, that'd be huge.
Yeah.
Amazing. If we lose to Washington with all those players out, we don't need to go to the playoffs.
Well, don't worry. If we lose to Washington, I don't think we're going to the playoffs.
I fully agree. Let's see. Who is on the? Oh, our good buddy Wendell Smallwood's on the COVID list.
So disappointed he's not going to play tomorrow.
Damn. Love Wendell Smallwood.
I know you do. I know he got a Christmas card from the Reis family this year.
You know it. So that means Gibson. Let's see. Jared Patterson and Jonathan Williams are officially available. As I said, backup running back J.D. McKissick is out with a neck issue, not with COVID or anything.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, they can postpone the game till a month, and he won't be available.
Yeah, right. Let's see. 2 practice squad bums for tight ends, or whatever. Nobody cares. So Ricky Seals-Jones would be fine. No wide receivers are on that list, although, like I said, Curtis Samuel with a hamstring has been ruled out, and looks like Terry McLaurin will play. As we said, Brandon Sheriff, Cornelius Lucas, Tyler Larson are all on this list for COVID. Doesn't look like they'll be able to be returning. Bunch of bums. Bunch of bums. Looks like Kendall Fuller is on the list for the COVID list. I'm not sure if they'll be able to get him back in time. And then again, bunch of bums for safety. Yeah. So basically, it's a lot of the practice squad and backups. So not a lot of huge players, especially now that Montez Sweat has returned, and basically it's Brandon Sheriff, Kyle Fuller, and their quarterbacks. It's what the issue is. So hopefully, we'll have a better idea at 4:00 tomorrow of who actually is going to be able to make it. Now, on the other side of things, Landon Dickerson just landed on the COVID list. That's not good.
No.
So
you mean by postponing the game, the Eagles got screwed over a little more?
Yeah, basically, from my understanding, he would have absolutely been able to play Sunday if the game were still originally scheduled.
Right. Because he didn't test positive till today.
Yeah. Or maybe it was late yesterday, but either way.
He'd have been playing yesterday.
He would have absolutely been playing. So Eagles get a little screwed in that action, and I know a lot of the players are pretty upset that they have to move this game. It's definitely not.
Yeah, Dillard's on the list too.
I'm sorry. I was talking about real people. I'm sorry. That was mean. But it was true. It was true.
It was mean because it was true.
Yeah, right. Let's see. Eagles. Trying to see if there was anybody else besides. Oh yeah, Dillard just got put on. But yeah, looks like Huntley and Watkins have been returned from the COVID list, which is good news.
Mm-hmm.
God, I think outside of what we've already mentioned, there's not really a lot going on. As far as that. So, but yeah, listen, it's funny. The NFL has been pretty COVID-free, if you will, up until this point, where there wasn't really a threat. Maybe like 1 or 2 times there was like maybe a slight threat, but there wasn't like a serious one. And now in a span of a week, we have moved what? 1, 2, 3, 4 games?
3.
3. Yeah, 3 games. Not great. Not great at all.
No.
And considering that the NHL is going through some shit.
Oh man, the NHL just
they might shut down.
Yeah.
And
I'm worried about the same thing with the NBA.
Well, the NBA is again going through a little bit of it as well, not as bad as the NHL, but it's
like
just funny
they're not letting teams like nobody's allowed in or out now in Canada hockey the teams.
Canada.
And so, like, if there's a game that's scheduled between a U.S. team and a Canadian team now, it's postponed until after Christmas.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not great news. Darth Pooh checking in, buddy. What's going on? A little screwed is a nail in your tire when you go out in the morning. This is a blowout on 995 going 72. Wow. Paints the picture, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You're not wrong. I mean, you're not wrong.
But look, it's just the NFL, like, it's not like they didn't know, like, this was a possibility. That's why they came out with a rule where, like, if there's an outbreak and it can be traced back to an unvaccinated player on one team, like that would, like, if you can't field a team, you would have to forfeit. And look, I'm not for, like, I hate the idea of having to forfeit or even get a win via forfeit. I would have told them field what you can on Sunday at 1,
right?
Or forfeit,
right? That, like, you're telling me you didn't have 40 players, 35.
Right, I'd have told you field, activate players on the practice squad.
That's why
I'd even be willing to
players.
Like, I'd even be willing to say, hey, look, man, you can test up until like an hour before game time.
Yeah.
You can test, and if anybody comes back negative from your positive list, you can activate them.
Yeah.
Like, I would be flexible in that way.
Right. Like, all I'm saying is with the practice
that's
squad,
flexibility. This is a screw job.
Yeah. With flexibility of the practice squad and the fact that there's so many people off the streets, like, again, not ideal, but you were the one who allowed this to happen.
Right.
It wasn't the Eagles. The
Eagles are on the bye week, considering, like, that's usually when it's understood that you're allowed to go back and, like, see old friends, go, like, and the Eagles maintained the protocol even while on bye week. They did all the right things, and they're getting the shaft here.
Yeah. G League pickups. Hell yeah. All the teams who got screwed because of this, the game should be moved to Monday. Yeah, I mean, listen, the simple fact that the Eagles now have
Monday would have been easier for me than Tuesday. I'd have been able to go if it had been today.
Yeah, agreed. Same. Yeah, I just probably would have taken off Tuesday.
Yeah, I was off today because of getting paid extra for the holiday, and so we get an extra day off.
Oh, there you go.
And so my extra day off was today.
There you go.
Yeah,
the Eagles have 3 games in 13 days.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous.
Again, not
by their own doing and not by the schedule that they could have prepared for this.
Yeah. Thank you, Ryan Hansen. Appreciate that. I wonder what team you support.
Yeah.
Mike, plus there's no Flyers game on Monday. That's true.
Yeah, tomorrow night. In fact, part of the reason, well, I mean, we weren't going to go anywhere, but Mike has tickets to the Flyers game tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Not the Cowboys did stop crying.
About what? What were they? What did they start crying about?
Cowboys did what? I don't recall asking or saying a statement that would fit that, but whatever. All right, feel free to elaborate.
Yeah, when did they start crying? I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, listen, it's not ideal. Players aren't too happy, which is understandable.
Mm-hmm.
These are important divisional games that could affect plenty.
All right, you stay classy, bud.
Okay. I'm glad. I'm glad you elaborated quite eloquently.
Yeah.
Uh,
And we get the bad rap.
yeah, right. Again, it is what it is. It's not ideal. It sucks. Again, both of us are holding 2 tickets.
Yeah.
We're not going to be able to use right now unless somebody's able to actually come through and purchase them. But it doesn't seem like a lot of people are wanting to go, and it's understandable. Who wants to go down on a Tuesday to an Eagles game? It's weird.
Yeah.
Ryan saying Eagles suck. Typical Dallas fan. Last time Dallas was relevant, Whitney was sober, and Titanic was the #1 movie. Yeah, I on VHS. I remember the Titanic movie was on.
Yeah, the two. The two
VHS. Yeah. Trayvon, the fact that he says this just shows he doesn't clearly understand football.
Nah.
Okay. Now you keep thinking that, buddy. Oh, he has 10 interceptions. He must be the best. Yeah, never mind.
We always bet y'all.
Never mind who gives up the most yards in the league, but all right. We always bet y'all. We always bet y'all.
I think he means beat, but
probably.
Yeah. But I mean, that's just not factually accurate. But okay.
Right. You know what's funny is where I'm wondering where he came from. Oh, did you find this in are we in a Facebook group or I would love to know.
Yeah, I'd love to know. Ryan, how did you find us? And I appreciate you chiming in.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, we don't mind ripping it up with some.
Yeah. But, I mean, we'll take. I'm more curious. I actually do appreciate you chiming in.
Where you're actually watching this from, because pretty much we post only Eagles groups, so you must be somewhere.
I don't think we should. I don't think we should block him, Mike. I got no problem.
No, we're not gonna block nobody. You talk.
Yeah, have fun, man. We can dig it. We can dig at each other. It's cool.
As long as everybody's respectful, who cares?
Yeah, have fun with it.
But listen, clearly, LOL, no hate.
Well, hey, have a good night. Thanks for joining us, Ryan.
Great name, buddy. Great name. Love it. Anyway, real quick, while we're kind of in a little bit of a break, I guess, if you will, always wanted to welcome in everybody watching in from the Painted Lines. We've teamed up with them, if you guys are unaware. The Philly Sports Alliance shows and the Painted Lines have borrowed each other's socials for a bit. So we are streaming onto their YouTube. They are streaming onto our Facebook. And we're loving every second of it. A lot of the people that are commenting are from the Painted Lines, so we appreciate that. Yeah. Always love chopping it up with those guys, and they're great, knowledgeable dudes. But if you haven't even checked out their other stuff, I mean, they got loads of stuff. Go on the website, check out their Facebook and their Twitter. All you got to do is search for the Painted Lines. All their stuff will come up. Great shows, great videos, great articles, wonderful stuff over there. So check them out. The Painted Lines on their YouTube. You'll find us and all of our PSA shows as well. CEV checks in. Dallas fans acting like they aren't about to lose in the first round. CEV's like, sad to say they probably won't.
It's cool, Ryan. Check in with us in a month, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope we talk to Ryan again. Listen, yeah, I mean, what Dallas would probably be playing the best.
Well, right now they're what, the 2 or they're the 2 seed. Well, actually, I think the 3, because Tampa holds a tiebreaker over them.
Are they?
Yeah, Green Bay's 1, Tampa 2, and then Dallas will be 3.
What about Arizona?
Yeah, they've dropped all the way down to 4, I think, with their loss yesterday. Yeah.
Well, either way, they'll play. They're not going to get a bye, so they'll play either the best or second best wild card team. So that's what most likely going to be at this point.
The Rams or the Niners. Both those teams are playing some good football.
Yeah. So I could see Dallas. I mean, come on. Dallas has been up and down all year. they've played some really good games against some good opponents, but then they've also played some really shitty games against some shitty opponents. So, again, it depends on what deck you're gonna get. And honestly, I can easily see them losing in the first round.
If they run up against like the Rams or the Niners,
Dallas is 2 better overall record. Head to head doesn't matter for some reason. Isn't it conference record is the first tiebreaker?
I thought head to head was always the first tiebreaker.
I think in division, maybe.
Well, then just allow me to go out and state that rule sucks.
Playoff NFL. Let's say.
Head to head doesn't matter. How does head to head doesn't matter? I don't doubt you that you might be right about that. I'm just saying, like, philosophically, that disgusts me.
Seems dumb.
Yeah, that just disgusts me because head to head should always matter. This is sports. You play each other. Who wins should come out ahead.
Do you play to win the game?
But I mean, this is just the basic philosophy of sports.
All right,
you should get rated better than that team.
CEV, our good pals over at CEV, is correct. They are officially the number 2.
God, that's ridiculous.
So Packers are 11-3. Dallas, the Bucks, and Arizona are all 10-4. The Rams right now are 9-4, and they still play.
Right, because they play Seattle tomorrow. Right? Yeah.
So I don't know if they could theoretically jump the Cardinals. I don't think
they split with each other. And then
I wouldn't know. So then right now the Rams, the Niners, and the Saints hold the wild card. The Saints at 7-7. We have it's funny, we have 3 teams that are still playing that are
so if we win tomorrow, we beat them head to head. Does that matter?
I don't know.
How does it not matter for like
right? I thought that's exactly how seeding mattered, but again, I'll just whatever. So Washington, Vikings, and the Eagles are all 6-7. They all still play over the next day or 2.
Okay, if Dallas, we got a question up here. If the playoffs started today, who would Dallas play as the 2 seed? Who's currently in the 7 seed?
The 7 seed is the Saints.
Okay, so right now it's the Saints, but that's without this week complete.
So the matchups would be Cowboys versus Saints, Buccaneers at versus Niners, and Cardinals versus Rams, theoretically.
Right. So if the Eagles win tomorrow, would they slide into that 7 seed? And if the playoffs started now, the Eagles would play the Cowboys wild card weekend?
I don't know. I don't know. I everything that I've ever known of playoffs, and again, I've been changing stuff, is let's see, the Saints, they play the Saints.
Right now. But we're saying, like, with the week not complete,
to earth, they won't last 1 game. Eagles win outright. They in the playoffs. Is that true? Because what if? Oh, yeah, I guess theoretically, because if the Eagles go 10-7 and the Saints go 10-7, then we would hold the tiebreaker against the Saints because we beat them, right?
Yeah. So then why does that not work as far as like seeding?
Right, yeah, why didn't that work because they did play each other? They are. So maybe when it comes to like divisional seeding, there's a different set of rules.
That's stupid.
Why
are they overcomplicating this?
I don't know.
So it matters to get in the playoffs, but once you're both in, that doesn't matter?
Seeding rules. All right, well, okay. So the 7 postseason participants from each conference are seeded as follows. The division champ with the best record. The division champ, second best, third best, fourth best. Wild card, best, blah, 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 second, third, fourth. Okay. The following procedures will break ties, blah, 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 blah. Yada, yada, yada. At the end of it, blah, 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 blah. If at the end of a regular season, 2 or more clubs in the same division finish with an identical win-loss tie percentages, following steps will be taken until a champion is determined. Now, this is only within a division.
Okay.
So I don't really need to know that. To break a tie for a wild card, I don't need to know that.
Boy, this is great. This is great video right here.
Listen, it's literally not coming up. It's all talking about the effing wild card. Like I don't. Oh wait, if okay, wait, hold on. That's again wild card. I listen. Everything that I'm saying here, that to break a tie within record is
First tiebreakers head to head. Yeah,
if applicable. Yeah, dude, I got nothing. I don't know. Maybe I really gotta look into this a little bit more. Back-to-back games that they do. Yeah, that would be cool. We have the tiebreaker of the Saints. Exactly. That's what I think for wild card. Yes, divisional seeding because it's the NFL. So then, what's the first tiebreaker between divisional seeding? Because I'm not showing that. I'm literally not showing it unless let's see. We'll figure this out by the end of the show.
Yeah, we have to. So that means we have to be here till Thursday doing the show, and so be it. But I've got 2 TVs behind me here. I can put on the game when we sit here and figure this out.
All right. What are the NFL tiebreakers? Blah blah blah. Head to head. Yada yada. Yeah, I'd like to allow that. 3 or more. Blah blah blah. When it comes to wild card spots, I don't give a shit about the wild card.
Can I just say, if it's not the rule, I want to petition the league to make it the rule that the number one tiebreaker for settling anything should always be head to head.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, what kind of world do we live in?
Is it common opponents? It might be record against common opponents. That's weird. I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all.
That is really, really stupid.
Yeah. Well, I hope that's not true. I guess I'll have to look into it, but either way, right now, yes. In theory,
right now it's showing that the Cowboys are
number 2, Tampa's 3, and the Cardinals. Now again, if the Rams win, I don't know if they jump over Arizona. I don't have that information, and who knows? If they jump into the divisional lead, do they jump anybody else?
I don't have the answer for you.
Right, no clue. So by the end of Tuesday, things could look a little different, I guess, in the playoff race. But listen, plain and simple, it comes down to executing and winning this game. Now, again, Washington is hit with some COVID. We got a few COVID people that were missing, not great. But Jalen, if all indication is that Jalen is playing.
Mm-hmm. My question would be, if the game was Sunday, if the game was yesterday, would Jalen have played yesterday?
Would he have played? That's a good question. I don't know.
And thankfully, we don't ever really find out.
2 games or 2 days, I think helps the Eagles as far as the whole Hurts thing. And
that's the one area that it helps is Jalen Hurts.
Quite honestly, I want Hurts to play off the rest of the season.
So do I.
And listen, if he can come and get a victory tomorrow night, redeem himself against the Giants, and go into that Washington game, and they're 8-7, they're in a wild card spot, and all they really maybe Dallas at that point is already clinched. So all they got to do is beat Washington in the second to last game of the year, knowing that the week 18 is going to be a cakewalk. Dallas is going to rest everybody, yada yada yada. Listen, if he gets the Eagles to the playoffs, he's our quarterback for 2020.
Absolutely, he's our quarterback for 2022.
Whether you like it or not, that's the way it's got to be. You got to see another year of it, and what you can do then is you could fix all the bullshit that's around the Eagles on this team, and actually maybe get him another weapon, because Rager sucks.
Yeah.
Ward is no offense to your brother from another mother.
Right.
Dude is nowhere to be found.
Yeah, we're denying him now in our family tree. Yeah.
Quez Watkins has shown a little, brilliance here and there, and I think he'll be a good, kind of role receiver. Will Hurts throw more than 59 yards. Oh man, that's funny. Alluding to the Carson Wentz 59 yards, but hey, they still got the victory, didn't they?
Hey, look, and that's all anybody cares about is if you win.
And if he plays.
Yes.
We need a stud linebacker and a D lineman. Yes, I'll 100% agree with you on that one.
And I would love another corner. No.
Listen, we need another corner.
Safety.
We need a safety or two.
Yeah.
We need a linebacker or two. We need to figure out the Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham transition.
Yeah.
Offensive line, we need to figure out the Brandon Brooks, the Jason Kelsey, and the Lane Johnson transition. Wide receivers, we got to get rid of Rager, although we won't. We got to get rid of Ward. We got to get rid of JJ. Literally, the only receivers that I really want to see is Smith, Watkins, and unfortunately, you're going to see Rager. But outside of that, give me some new blood. Give me a vet in here. Give me a young guy, and that'll be our 5.
Right, and look, if Rieger is sticking around, give him a shot at the slot. I'm fine with that. Just catch the football, dude. I don't know how else to say to you. Just catch the football.
Yeah. Listen, Almazy, I'm worried about him too. Yes, he has regressed terribly. I don't think maybe as terribly as some people might think. Just he's been very quiet.
Yeah, he hasn't been. I call him a man beast. He hasn't been that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Hargrave has had a very good early part of the season. Now he's kind of come back down to earth, and Fletcher has been involved. Let's say more so than he has earlier in the season. So I think it's it was like
that's part of evened out. Yeah.
It was Cox way down here, and I think it's come a little closer. But
right.
Cox has definitely regressed. He has not looked great. And listen, Hargrave is what he is. He's fine. But you also need to figure out what you have in Brandon Graham.
Yeah.
He's coming off a Achilles major injury. He's been a man puppy. How about a boy puppy?
Well, yeah, child puppy.
No, I got what you're saying. But so yeah, we need to figure out what you're doing with that. You need to figure out the other side. Are you just going to go with Sweat? Is Barnett gone? I mean, it's not going to pay him, which I would hope not. But
I mean, yeah, I would assume you're not paying Barnett. But if you're not, you're going to have to get another defensive end somewhere because
Kerrigan's gone.
Right, because part of what the appeal of Josh Sweat is when he only came out in small doses, yeah.
Now
I think if you extend him over a long period of time, maybe you'll see why he wasn't getting extended playing time.
Yeah, and we have a bunch of young D linemen that maybe can be all right, maybe not.
Right?
I don't know. Jerry Slay is better than Trayvon Diggs, coming from Ryan.
Well, that's a compliment. Thank you, Ryan.
Listen, don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime you're getting 10 interceptions, regardless.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great season. I'll give him that.
Mm-hmm.
But, again, the fact that he officially has given up the most yards per whatever NFL statistician is not great. But he seems to be right place, right time kind of guy, kind of, like a Santi Samuel. That dude would get burnt. That dude would give up yards. But he'd also be the one there to make the huge play, intercept the ball. I mean, he was great for the pick 6.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, he's definitely in that mindset, I guess.
Well, he's a gambler. It's an all or nothing thing. He's making a pick or he's getting burnt.
Yeah. Again, that's kind of how you have to be if you're going to be, wanting to get that many interceptions. Let's see. Omazy says Dallas is loaded with defensive linemen that they're not going to be able to sign next year. Yeah, listen, Gregory's going to be a free agent.
Right.
They have Dexter Lawrence who's making a ton of money. They got a lot of players there. So yeah, listen, the defense has kind of always been the soft spot for Dallas. I think it's improved tremendously this time over last year.
Right.
They still have a long way to go, and they also, again, have paid Dak and Zeke and Cooper. They paid a lot of money to their offense, so they don't have all the money in the world to kind of address and fix some of those situations that they need to. Now, on the other hand, the Eagles will have a good amount of money, and with those draft picks, if we keep them, this could be a quick transformation. You know, if we're gonna let's go with the assumption that Hurts is our quarterback next year, and regardless of whether that's good news or bad news for you, whatever. That's
sure.
The point is you give him another year to see what you have. But in that time frame, you have the money, you have the picks, you have the assets. Now you can go and fix the issues like getting some more weapons, fixing that wide receiver room, getting and fixing that right side of line that have not, again, they've been doing amazing, but they're also long in the tooth. You need to start figuring out the transition there. Because if you can do that, if you can bring in a vet wide receiver, if you can bring in a nice young wide receiver to kind of fill in the gaps, and like I said, have Smith, vet, young guy, Watkins, and most likely Rager. And Rager's like your fifth, and maybe some young wide receivers your fourth, and Watkins is your third, that wide receiver is your two, and Smith is your one. I'd be okay with that. I'd also love to see more out of Jackson for the tight end. I don't want to see Eric Stoll or Jack Stoll anymore.
No, I prefer to have seen the last of him.
Yeah, I'm out. I want to see what I have in Jackson. And if I need to go ahead and address that, or can I say, you know what, for a backup, for somebody that's not going to be used all that much, maybe 10%, if that's who I'm riding with, he's good enough for that job, then great.
Well, are you no longer riding with the 12 personnel?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah. You're right. They haven't been running it as much as they have in the past years, but agreed. If you can go ahead and get yourself a veteran guy, or maybe somebody who's kind of just on the last year of a contract and yada yada yada, and have Jackson as your three. That way, we never see Stoll, and there's your three tight ends. I think again, you're improving the tight end room. You need to look at how you're going to improve each position, and we have money, we have picks. So in the first 3 rounds, we're going to have 5 players potentially that are. I'm hoping that at least 3 of them are on the defense, if not more, because I feel like
and in my
phase of the defense, you need somebody. So your safety, your corner, your linebacker, your DN, your D tackle, like all of them need to be hit.
Yeah.
You need to focus and improve those positions. But all the position groups, you need to do what you can to improve that. And we have the money and the assets to do it this offseason. So,
yeah, there's no excuse. Like last year, we understood you weren't you were using some duct tape to try and patch some things up.
Yeah.
But this year, man, you have this is your chance, and you've got to hit on these picks. And this is where I'm worried about a guy like Howie Roseman. This could be one of those
make or break.
Yeah, well, this is gonna be one of those drafts that defines the next decade of this team.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, 100%. If they don't screw it up, man, this could set us up. But again,
if they do, I think we'll be talking 10 years from now about how, man, this was the off season.
Think about it. Think about it.
Yeah.
If we can get somebody like Kyle Hamilton, right? Safety.
Would love it. Would love Kyle Hamilton. Yeah.
And you know what? You sign Anthony Harris and you say goodbye to Roddy McLeod.
Sure.
And, whatever. Maybe you upgrade somebody over Kevin Wallace, and maybe Wallace is your fourth. Whatever. I would be thrilled with that safety. Second pick, you get yourself somebody, linebacker, whether it's a kid from Utah or Georgia or wherever. And you have TJ Edwards, who's, again, improving. You have Singleton, who's kind of taken a step back, but again, as a third linebacker, wouldn't be the worst in the world.
Who's going to be playing probably, 20% of the snaps? I'd be okay with it.
Exactly. If we're going by on general averages there
Mm-hmm.
with what the defense they run. And maybe you sign a vet to kind of compete in there with those three
To
guys.
push Singleton, to push,
Right.
yeah.
Singleton to push Edwards, and who knows? Maybe ends up being the number 2, and Edwards is the 3, and Singleton's the special teamer.
Right.
I would be thrilled with that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe third pick, maybe second pick. You go ahead and maybe you get that the other guy from Michigan on the D line. You add him to the mix. You keep
Yeah. It was on my project to know how to say his name.
Yeah, right. Brandon Graham gives you one last year. Fletcher Cox gives you one last year. Hargrave again here another year, and you again try to find that rotational D tackle, rotational D end, maybe a little bit better than Kerrigan, and then you also have some of the young guys they already have. Again, improvement. I'm happy with that. Second round, third round, maybe you get an offensive lineman, maybe you get a wide receiver in there, and let's say wide receiver, you get one in the second round, you get a young kid. And then you sign a Chris Godwin or, an Allen Robinson or whoever. And boom, now you have, two good starting wide receivers. You have Watkins, you have a rookie, and you have Rager, who, again, has another year to prove himself. I'm happy with that. That's an improvement. Same thing. Third round, you get a guard or something because, Brandon Brooks may not be here next year.
Right.
And I would love to keep nothing more than Mailata and Dickerson on that left line, and just listen. If this is the Kelsey year that he finally retires, I'm moving Sayamala to the middle, and I'm Lane Johnson's going to be there for another year or two, and you just figure out what you're doing at the right guard spot. So, listen, and like I said, we have money to kind of fill in these holes and find these rotational guys. That honestly, I think when it's all said and done, if done the right way, I think we are easily competing for a division, regardless of how you feel on Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts will not only have more weapons, but will have another year under his belt. And
we'll be able to answer those questions. Like, look, to me, as far as I'm concerned, like that giant game, like one of the things I've been saying I wanted to see from Jalen is, can he come down and win a game in the fourth quarter and win a game where he's not at his best? And that was important to me because you're not always going to be at your best. But it's, can you overcome that late in the game and come back and make a play and win? Absolutely. And to me, he kind of did answer that because he made the play that you needed to make to win. It's just Rieger basically said no thanks.
And real quick, just wanted to give a shout out to our good Cowboy buddy Ryan Hansen. Thank you very much for following us.
Yeah,
on
thanks.
Facebook. Appreciate that, buddy. Listen.
Yeah, feel free to come back anytime.
This isn't 20 years ago. This isn't 25 years ago when I wouldn't be caught dead talking to a Cowboys fan.
Right.
And
well, we're a little more mature than we were then.
Yeah, well, there's that. But I feel like there's been a shift to where like the hate. Listen, the hate is there. We do not like Cowboys fans. I don't like Giants fans. I don't like football team, Redskin, whatever the F you want to call them now. I don't like them. I don't like them one bit. Hell, there's even a slight little bit of me that don't like the Cardinals. Just saying.
Yeah, F them.
Just saying.
I still hold some heat for the Cardinals.
I still got that. But regardless, it's not the same. I you know what? Listen, if I'm in a in a room with a Cowboys fan, I'm gonna give shit. I hope they give shit back.
Oh yeah, and that's
we have a good time busting each other's balls. That's all it needs to be. You know what I mean? Some people obviously take it a little too far. Again, younger versions of myself probably have. I never.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know younger versions of myself have.
Well, yeah, I mean we've definitely gotten some people's face. But they need to show respect to your show. No, Mike, I fully agree, and I don't think Ryan did anything wrong. So
yeah, I think
we'll welcome him back next week.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
We'll definitely welcome him when it's Cowboy Week.
Absolutely, please come back.
He can talk about all Trayvon Diggs is probably putting his feet up and resting because he don't need to play. Sure, let's go.
Hey, maybe. Or maybe he'll be out there and we'll hit him with a double move and take one to the house on him. Obviously, you and I won't be doing any of those.
No. If we did double move,
no, it'll be somebody much more.
Double move, we'd be double in the hospital.
He'd be.
I hurt
Wait,
myself on this side.
My double move is taking 2 beers at once.
Well, there you go. All right, folks. Well, we are going to get on out of here. I pissed on the Cowboys Star at Valley Range in '96, but I wouldn't do it now. Well done, Mike. Well done. Thank you.
Very well done.
Thank you for your service, good sir. Thank you for your service. We appreciate that. But seriously, big shout out to everybody always chiming in. Honestly, it's the part that we love most about doing our show.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'm sick and tired of talking to Eric all the time. So it's great to talk to you guys.
Yeah, look, I'm sick and tired of talking to Eric all the time, too.
I know. I'm sure you do. But Mike, Chris, of course, our brothers at CEV, who it may also be Chris. Everybody on the Painted YouTube channel, Old Maisie TV, Darth Pooh, appreciate you guys. And of course, I cannot forget to thank Mr. Ryan Hansen, Mr. Cowboy.
Have a great holiday, Ryan. Seriously,
for coming in. Yeah, we absolutely love it. Mike, honestly, your whole entire family,
yes,
have a wonderful Christmas, and that goes for everybody here listening in. Even if you pop in for a split second, we do appreciate that love and support. Please make sure that you go and give our stuff a like, a share, a follow. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, you name it. Check out Philly Sports Alliance. You can always check us out at Philly Sports PSA on most of those things as well. And then, of course, the scroller, we are on most podcast platforms, so Apple, Spotify, all that good stuff. Please make sure you follow that. Give it a rating, give it a whatever. Just whatever it gives you the options to do it blindly, do it quickly. And that way you're done with it. You don't have to worry about it. So honestly, thank you, everybody. It's been another wonderful, great year. We do have obviously one more show left for the year of 2021. But Eric, as we slowly approach on what is this going to be, year 14?
Gosh, yeah.
Of partners in podcasting.
Yeah, how have you put up with me this long?
I don't know. I mean, listen, let me tell you, my back and my shoulders are exhausted.
I'm sure.
But no, seriously, honestly, I love what we do. I love
it's a blast.
Talking shit and talking about the birds and
whatever
else comes up. Honestly,
Well, we say 14 years of doing this, but honestly, it's more like 24 years of us doing this, or 30.
Well, I guess theoretically it would be 26 years.
Yeah.
And then we meet when we're about 14.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
We're old as hell. So
Conestoga, yeah.
Yeah. Good old pioneers.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you everybody for listening. Have a wonderful and Merry Christmas and a happy holidays, or any whatever you celebrate.
Yeah.
Again, from us here, not only on the Football Smack Talk show, but everybody in the Philly Sports Alliance. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate.
Right. Celebrate it safely, have fun.
Be safe, be with your family, enjoy yourself. Just, again.
Yeah, stay healthy.
Stay healthy and happy. We will see you guys after Christmas. Hopefully we'll be talking about a weird Tuesday victory. And we'll be talking about the Giants game. And then before you know it, it'll already be New Year's.
Dallas week. Yeah.
It'll be Dallas week. Yeah. Can't wait for that. It's a good way to start off 2022. So.
Yeah. And gosh, and then it's the playoffs. And
playoffs.
Off season.
Yeah.
All right.
It never stops, but
never.
All right, we're getting out of here. Thank you so much for everybody here at the Football Smack Talk show and the Philly Sports Alliance. Eric, do you have anything to add before we get on out of here?
No.
All right, love it. Keeping that consistent. What is this? 257 in a row. I can't believe we're already over 250 episodes.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, we're pumping them out. So we appreciate everybody. And yeah, we'll see you after the holidays. Go Birds. And for the Football Smack Talk show, I am Ryan.
I'm Eric. Happy football, everybody.
All right, everybody. Have a great night, great holiday. Go Birds!
Go Birds. All right.